So I'm Laura, I'm 39 and I'm from Liverpool. So I was diagnosed with secondary breast cancer in October 2021. It wasn't really an easy path getting the diagnosis, given that I'd had primary breast cancer within a year of the secondary diagnosis. I was back and forth to my GP with a pain in my shoulder. I had just gone back to work as a special needs teacher, so it's quite a physical job, and obviously I had a toddler as well. So I thought maybe I pulled a muscle or something, but they never considered a secondary diagnosis, and I'll be honest, neither did I. With my primary diagnosis, I was never told the symptoms or signs to look for with the secondary, but it was just as it was going on and I was taking more medication, it wasn't helping at all. I had to push and say, there could be something going on, could you scan me? So after a lot of persuasion, they did do a scan, and it came back and they said, we found a lymph node, a swollen lymph node, but we don't think it's anything. We'll scan you again in 3 months. But my husband was like, no, sorry, we're not waiting 3 months. Is there anything else you can do? So they arranged for a different scan. And then they rang me up and they said, it's back. So it spread from the breast to my sternum. So I was actually diagnosed on my daughter's second birthday with secondary breast cancer. So it did come as a shock. And now looking back, I don't know why it did, but no one really tells you what to look for or the signs. And I think I was quite naive in thinking I'd had my treatment for the primary, and it was all better and we could live life and be normal again. So it's had a massive impact, and it did take a long time for us to get our heads around it and figure things out really. For me, my primary diagnosis was, it came when I was actually 14 weeks pregnant. So, obviously for me and my husband, it was a huge shock, but for my family and friends as well. I don't really hear of people getting cancer while they're pregnant, but it's actually more common than you realise. So that had an added stress and strain, I suppose. And for me, it was my first pregnancy, so I didn't know any different. So I didn't know whether feelings were pregnancy related or they were cancer related. So I actually had surgery while I was pregnant and chemotherapy throughout my pregnancy. As a mum, even when you're pregnant, your instincts kicked in straight away. So for me, my primary concern was obviously Charlotte's health, and she came out and she was absolutely perfect. Charlotte's never known a life without cancer, which is quite a hard thing for. She's 4 now, she's nearly 5. She doesn't know the word cancer. We don't use the word cancer. She just knows that I've got a good boob and a bad boob. So when we're lying in bed, she'll say to me, is that the good one or the bad one? I'll say, that's the bad one. She'll say, right, you need to behave today. So that's how she deals with it. We try and make light of the situation. She's only 4, but I don't want to ever lie to her. So she does know that I'm obviously unwell. She knows I go into hospital and I receive treatment. But I got a good scan result yesterday to say that I'm stable, and I told Charlotte that. I said the medicine that mummy's getting is helping. So we went for a little celebratory shopping spree. So I try and involve her as much as I can, but at the same time try and protect her, because that's obviously your role, to protect your child. But the support we've got from our friends and family it's been phenomenal. And they look after her as much as they look after me and Rob. It's worth mentioning, Rob's incredible. My husband, I couldn't do it without him, to be honest. Obviously, we've been together for a long time, but we got married just after my primary diagnosis, and we had Charlotte, and within 6 months of us being married, I got the secondary diagnosis. So it's been a lot for our relationship, and I've known couples who've not really survived and have struggled, but having him and him being incredible it gives me strength, basically. And obviously we've got a wider community of family and friends who help with the washing and cleaning and taking Charlotte on days out and things. And so yeah, I'm lucky in that sense that I've got a lot of people around me. The one piece of advice that I've probably been given, and I find myself repeating to other people is don't go on Google. So at the end of my appointment when I was diagnosed with secondaries, my breast cancer nurse said to me, don't go online, Laura, don't look at like the statistics and things. They're all out of date. You're on your own journey type of thing, and just you do you, and what's going to happen will happen. I'm 3 years into diagnosis now, and I don't think I'm going anywhere anytime soon. So I'd say stay away from negativity. Do your own journey basically, and for me, just have a positive mindset. And as well, massively important, find your people who understand what you're going through. I can't emphasise that enough. I've got a group of friends who have had since I was a child, and they're phenomenal. They support me when I need support as a friend. But the people who I've got online or have met through Make Seconds Count and different forums, they're the people who truly understand what you're going through. So find those people who can support you, and yet it's not the end of the road. Just stay positive if you can.